Welcome to this week's update, and try and make it a bit more interesting. This week I went to Tankfest. It was booked to go with family, and surprise, surprise, when I got there, change checker were there, so that was interesting. And I'll lead on now to what I came across on the change checker stand. It was amazing. Anyway, coming up. Well, I just visited the change checker centre, and well, I'm a little bit gobsmacked. They're telling people that coins are silver proof when they're not silver proof, and I just found that quite amazing, to be honest. And I'll show you the coin. It's this one here. It's an anniversary. I'm trying to do this one-handed, of course. It's one of them. It's a £5 coin. It's a Guernsey £5 coin. Now, they didn't tell me that, and they said it was a silver proof for £10. I nearly bought a lot. I said, if you're telling me that's a silver proof, I'll have every single one you got. That's really naughty. Change checker, that's naughty. You send these kids in, there's 3 kids in there, and they're working hard and they're really polite, and I ain't saying a word against them 3 kids that are working here today. And I'm at Tankfest, by the way. That's where I am, Tankfest 2019. Not a word against the kids, by the way. Lovely, polite, really nice kids. But the information they're given, and one of them goes out doing shows regular, and they still don't know the difference between a silver proof and a silver plate. I had to stand there and say, are you sure? You're telling me this is a silver proof? Because I'll buy every single one you got. And they still don't know. They've come out of there, they still don't know really. Except the fact that I've told them it can't be a silver proof, because it'd be solid silver if it was. Change checker, that's naughty. That's naughty. It's just barefaced lies. And they advertise, if you turn up, give them a £2, you get a £2 DDay. Now, the idea behind that is to make you give them a £2 coin. And I agree with that, actually. I agree with that kind of marketing. It's clever marketing. You come up, give me a £2 coin, you get one. You, sir, you haven't got a £2 coin? Sorry, go away and get one. That's the way it should be. But it's not. Turn up, pay with in whatever you like, couple of pound coins, pennies, £5 note, doesn't matter. It's not 1 for 1, it's not £2 coin for a £2 coin, and that kind of thing. And you can get more than one, because I've just been told we've got lousy memories, so come back and get another one, you know. So there's a lot of you wonder about this. There's a big box of them on the counter. I asked them how they got them. I know how they got them, but I asked. Anyway, they said they got them. That's it, it's a bit bigger, that's the tent there. Said they got them because they're got this contract with the Royal Mint, and they're big distributors of the Royal Mint. So I said, oh, you're distributors, are you? So you sell to other businesses? Oh, no. I said, oh, you're a retailer then? Oh, yeah, that's right. We're not distributors, we're retailers. I mean, come on. You know, it's no wonder I have the with half the way the business practices are going. You know what I mean? Anyway, time for a quick advert. Tankfest 2019, fantastic day out. So hello, Stevie.
Out of service now.
Great day out for the family. There you go, advert over. Nice advert for Tankfest. So, getting back to business. That's Churchill DDay £2 coin, and it's made for the Isle of Man. It's just coming out. I just got that off change checker. Cost me £9. It's yours for free. I got one of them to give away, and I got one of the £5 coins to give away. And there it is. It's in a little plastic case. That's a Guernsey £5 coin DDay. Another DDay commemorative £5. Right. I don't even know if you can see it on the camera. Tanks and all that. It's the first coin I've seen a tank and a plane and a ship on. Anyway, that's what's on it, a tank, a plane and a ship. So, leave a comment, And I'll choose one of you. I'll choose two people, one to win one to win the other. Bye for now. So, funny thing happened. After I took that video, I then went off, and then I went back to the Change Checker stand again, and checked out how much the £5 coins were, and checked out again. And I said, how many have you got? And they said, oh, I don't know, a couple of hundred. So I said, I'll buy 100. So they said, oh, you can't buy 100. We have to make a phone call. So then they made a phone call, and when I went back on the stand, they said, you're not allowed to buy 100. You can only buy 10. Now, there's nowhere on the Change Checker stand, nowhere have they advertised, you can only buy this, you can only buy that, you can only buy 3 available, you can only buy max 6, you can only buy max 9. Nowhere have they said this, nowhere at all. This is only on the Westminster Collection site and on Change Checker. But nowhere have they said this. No advertising, no intimation of it, no nothing. Just advertising, come down, give us £2, take a DDay at face value, and while you're here, buy this Jersey coin, buy this Isle of Man coin, sorry, and buy this Guernsey coin. And this Guernsey coin's a silver proof. And that's it. So I was a little bit put out by that, because I know their rules. Yeah, I know their rules, but this is on a market. This is on a stall. It's a market stall, and like I say, there's absolutely nothing around, no signs, no nothing to say that you can only buy a certain amount. So I was a bit annoyed by that, but anyway, I'm not allowed to buy 100. And when I went back to pay for it and to get the other 5 that I was allowed, because I'd already bought 5, so I could buy another 5, they were falling over themselves to apologise. It was a bit like I don't know, it was a bit like something out of a Twilight Zone in a way, because I didn't expect it. I went back on the stand to go and pay for what I was going to pay for. So it's 3 of them there, Rachel and 2 others, a bloke and another young girl. And suddenly the bloke's apologising to me, and I'm really sorry, and we only did it to 4 people. There was only 4 sales before you come along, because I'd originally complained that what they were doing were wrong. You can't be advertising these as silver proofs, and then people are giving you the money, and they're going away thinking it's a silver proof, and it's not. Rubbish. It's really bad, fraud. And so they apologised profusely. And they were telling me that they only sold 4 before I walked on the stand, and then Rachel's apologising profusely. We were all apologising profusely. I mean, it was an overload of apologies. It was really weird, and together with a free coin. You know, sorry about this morning. Sorry, we're not allowing you to buy anymore. But here's a free coin, and they gave me a free £5 coin. So you can have that free one, and I did buy one for you, but you can have the free one. And you can also have the Isle of Man Churchill £2 coin. Don't know how many of them there's made or whatever, but there's the 2 of them going up for grabs. So last week it was a silver proof. I'll tell you the winner for that in a minute. And so for the comments on this one, put your comments on this one, and we'll have 2 winners for next week. One person can have the Churchill £2, and the other person can have the Guernsey £5. And just to finish this off, because I don't want to spend all my time talking about Change Checker. Change Checker, that was really, really naughty. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Silver proofs are silver proofs, bunts is bunts, and there's no way you should be allowed to even start training people and telling people and supporting and telling your staff to sell them as silver proofs. It's disgusting, absolutely disgusting. Anyway, like I said, moving on. So what have we got to tell you in this week's update? Also, all the Sherlock Holmes that we've been working on the last couple of weeks, they've all gone out. So you should have all received your Sherlock Holmes by now. The next one, we've just had, what else was it that just came in? Now, I bought some extra £5 coins, those Guernsey ones. I thought you might want some of them. I don't know what they would have cost me wholesale had I been able to get them from the suppliers, but I couldn't get hold of any. I bought them off Change Checker for £10 each. I've put them up for £19.95, that's double. But don't forget, you get 20% back in points, so you'll get £4 back in points, and we've got the postage to come out of that as well, because it's free postage. So for £19.95, I don't think that's a bad deal. Apparently Change Checker sell them on their website at £25. That's what they told me. I haven't actually checked. I've been too busy to even look, but that's what they said. They said they're 25 quid each on their website. So I figured, well, we bought them off them at a tenner, we'll sell them for 19.95. I make a little bit, and you know, you get it. I only got about 20 of them. That's all I could get. I managed to get 10, and I got 10 from someone else and 10 from someone else. So of the people that I was out with that day, so I picked up about 30 of them, but I want about 6 or 7 of them for my own family, and I want one for you for the prize for next week. So we've got around about 20 for sale, something like that, 19, 20 for sale. There ain't many. Get in quick, and you can get them, and you pay for your points as well. We've had a couple of raffle winners. So the £100 raffle winners. The first one was Aaron Milton Smith. The second one was Mark Dando. The first one had an A to Z set in it. The second one for Mark had a silver proof letter in it. And we've relisted that one at £1. We'll keep the ones going that you can use your change in, obviously, from your vouchers. So we'll keep that one going. I've relisted it again, the £1 one. And this one has got another silver proof in it, but this one's got the letter V for village. That is the silver proof that you'll get in this £100 parcel, along with some other bitsies and bobsies. So get on there. Don't forget, anybody, new customers, anybody, you're using your vouchers now. We've got some raffles. So you go TGBCH raffles at the top of the category list, and have a little look there. And there's raffles to help you use up your change. So there's one for 5p, I think there's one for 10p, 50p, pound, etc. Now, I will be sort of moving these around. We'll probably we'll probably do away with the 10p one. I don't see the point for that. We might as well just have a 5p one, a 50p one, and a pound. Don't see the point in a 10p, because if you've got 20p left over, you just get 4 tickets in the 5p one. Simple. So that's what we'll do there. We're close to win. I think we're close to getting another £5 one winner. And we're also close to one of the £2-pounders as well. Now there's a £2-pounder there because somebody wanted one for an undated 20p. I do confess I'll probably be put too much up in the one go. I got a bit carried away with it, the different amounts, and also, you know, I was looking at the comments and there was quite a few people saying, oh, let's have an investment as a prize, let's have an undated 20p as a prize, and several people said the same thing, so I put one up. I should have waited until they'd done and then put one up, in hindsight. But anyway, so there's a few there. There's even an investment one. There's one for an undated 20p it contains, so get in there. Talking of the raffles, so I've started again putting a bit more work into this special offers email. Now the email that I send you out regular, I send out once a week. Now and again I might push it to 2 in a week, depending if there's something urgent to tell you or whatever, but I tend to leave it at that. I can't send out any more than that because people on this database list haven't asked for it. So if you want to get more than 1 email a week, if you're quite happy to get 10 emails in 1 week and nothing for a couple of weeks or whatever, depending on how we do it, if you're just happy for that, as and when, if I've got something special to say, I'll just send it out. Yes, I'll probably include it in the newsletter, but I'll also send it out now for an instant reaction. So if you want to be part of that, there is a link in the email that's sign up for the special offers, and just click on it and sign up for it. Now, some of the special offers that you get, what did we send out this week? We sent out, I sent out a little offer this week, and I said to all the people in the special offers email, there was something I was pushing, and I said, while we're at it, you can have £5 off any of the TGBCH raffles when you spend £7.50 or more. So I made 650 of them vouchers available, and they've not all been used yet. So they went out to the special offers email first, then they went out to the subscribers on the YouTube, and now there's a few left over for the thing. So that's why it's a good idea to subscribe to the YouTube and subscribe to the special offer emails. I mean, if you get too many emails, just delete them. You know, that's the way to use it at the end of the day, is like take the emails, delete them until you see something that you've, oh, I'll have that, and then get in on it, and you get a deal. So there we are. So your voucher code for that is raffle 1, RAFFLE, all capital letters and the number 1, raffle 1. That's your voucher code. Go to the TGBCH raffle section and it will give you £5 off when you spend £7.50 or more. So you can spread it around, have a go in a few of the draws, and see how you get on. Now that's until it runs out. So if it stops giving you the voucher code, it's run out. Only 650 of them are available, And for deals like that, sign up to the subscription, sign up to the subscription on YouTube, be a subscriber, or just wait till you get a newsletter and get the leftovers like it is now. But it is worth doing those 2 subscriptions. Now it's time I did another Royal Mint one, so I'm going to do that separate, so there'll be a Royal Mint one. There's one in me and my pink shirt advertising the Cufflinks. So for those of you that have been waiting to see the Cufflinks, there's a video for that in the list. And also in the newsletter this week, what I've done is I've made a list, an actual written list. So it's quite a long list, but it's a list of all the videos that are in the newsletter. Because what I tend to do now is the videos that I think they should hang around and hang around and hang around in case somebody wants that information, I leave it in the newsletter. But I do move them around, so it's worth just scrolling up and having a look, making sure you haven't missed anything. Or even read the text at the top to make sure you haven't missed a video. And if you read a video that you think, oh, I haven't seen that, then you can scroll down and find it. And that's just a list of what's in the video. That's not a list of what's on the playlist, of course. So, by all means, have a little look through and find something that you haven't seen yet. So, how about we deal with the winner for last week? So, the winner for the silver proof crown, drum roll please, Mick Lock. Well done, Mick, you got the crown. So, this week, the prize for this week is, as I said earlier, the so-called silver proof Guernsey £5 coin, which isn't a silver proof. It's not a silver proof. Don't go winning it and sending it back or buying it and sending it back. It's not a silver proof. It's a bunce. It's a brilliant uncirculated. It's no more than that. It will still go up in value because there weren't that many of them made. But, you know, let's be fair. It's not a silver proof. It's a bunce coin, and it's just a normal £5 brilliant uncirculated bunce in a plastic container, no packaging whatsoever. So it's one of the coins that was sold loose to Change Checker. So there you go. That's the prize. Well done, Mick, and that's the prize for next week. Leave your comments. What comments do I want you to leave? Let me think about that for a second. I know. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to leave a comment, honest. Honest. What you think of the site, how long you've been a customer, what you think of the service, that kind of thing. Let's have a few honest comments. If you had a rough end of the deal, you can say so. I won't block anybody. I won't bar anybody. I won't throw anybody off for making a comment that I don't like. It's only when people get abusive and nasty, that's when I start removing comments and I give them a warning, and then I will block them. But for people just saying, oh, I wasn't happy with blah blah blah, I'm not happy with this, or I'd prefer it if it was like this, we wouldn't do it. Nothing like that. We appreciate the feedback, we appreciate the comments. Good honest feedback, that's what I'd like. On the comments section this week, some good honest feedback. Say whatever you like, as long as it's honest. Thank you very much. Now, for those people that are outstanding advance orders that go back quite a long way. Now, when I'm talking quite a long way, I'm talking Northern Ireland, Kew Gardens, etc. Those of you that are out there, there is a video in the newsletter that says, do we owe you a Kew Gardens? And so it gives you some ideas and options in there. The same applies to the Northern Ireland, really. I should have done them both at the same time, but you know, just refer to that video and get in touch. If there's something that you'd want instead, we'll sort it out. Either way, we'll sort it out. You see, the Kew Gardens, am I likely to get them? That's what people keep asking me. I'll stay in the list, Ian. Are you likely to get it? Well, here's the honest answer to that. Did I ever think that somebody would come to me and offer me 50 or 100 undated 20p's? Did I ever think that would happen? A couple of years ago, when I started selling advance orders for 20p's, I thought I would be finding them all. I never thought somebody at some point would offer me 100 and I'd be able to clear the decks. That happened, and I was able to clear the decks. And all the people that waited for an undated 20p all that time and only paid, like, I don't know what it was at the time, 30 quid or 29 quid or whatever it was, they all got one. So everybody that was owed one got one. Everybody that was owed a dual date got one, because I was offered like 50 of them or whatever a couple of times. And again, I've just been offered another 50 undated 20p's. And yes, they are all real, and where they come from, I can only imagine somebody sits there and goes through 20p's and nothing else, you know. And I was talking about this to somebody the other day, and yeah, I think that can be done, because I think there's more undated 20p's out in circulation than there are Kew Gardens. And the reason I think that is because, quite simply, when you get change in your hand, if it's a 50p, and you can see the picture, or turn it over to see the picture, you know in a second what that is. A split second, your mind registers what that is. You look at a 20p in your hand, it doesn't. Because you've got to physically make sure you're looking at a 20p with a shield, reverse, and then you've got to look at the date and make sure that it hasn't got a date on the head side. Now, all that takes a minute or two, whereas to check a 50p in your hand as you're getting change is a fraction of a second. And people don't check the 20p's as much as they check the 50p's. That's why there's more undated 20p's out there, even though they're the same value as a Kew Gardens. It's because people can find them. You can find them if you look, you know, but you've got to look. You've got to go through thousands and thousands and thousands of them until you find one. Or be lucky enough to get it in your change, but you need to check every single 20p that you get in your change to see whether or not you got it. Whereas a 50p you don't, you just glance at it and you know the picture. Anyway, that's my answer as to why undated 20p's are still findable, whereas the Kew Gardens aren't. Anyway, the point is, if you're owed any of these coins, I'm more than happy to, let's get something sorted. If you've waited too long, I don't like people waiting too long. Am I likely to get Kew Gardens and get offered it? I don't know. I mean, this morning I was offered potentially, and I say potentially because I won't know for a couple of days, but I was potentially offered some trial £1 coins, what they call the trial £1, when the pounds would come out. Mint sends out trial coins, and there's only so many of these made, and they were selling at one point £200-300 or more. You know, I was offered 40 of those, or potentially offered 40 of those. So you just don't know. You know, am I going to get offered some Kew Gardens at some point? It's possible. It's possible I might get offered 20 or 50 or whatever Kew Gardens, and they're all originals and they're not bent and one thing and another. I don't know. If you want to stay in the list for that, you can. Same thing with the Northern Islands. I never would have thought I would get offered a bunch of those. Now, I've just been offered a bunch, so there is a potential that I can clear maybe half the decks of the Northern Islands that are owed, or the Northern Ireland coin sets that are owed, you know, like the whole 2002 set. So I don't know yet, but that's potentially on offer. So, you know, again, Kew Gardens, I don't know. I've never been offered a bulk lot. This is the first time I've ever been offered a bulk lot of Northern Islands. I've been offered bulk lots on undated 20p's twice and dual dates twice in 6 years. So there you go. So you could stay on the list, but at the same time, you know, let's get you off the list and get you happy with something else. Now, because of something that's happened recently, I won't go into it because I'm doing another video for the investment video this week. Watch the investment video. It's a good one to watch, only from the point of view that you can now invest from as little as 50 quid, which might appeal to, well, I know it appeals to quite a few of you because you've been emailing us. So have a little look. I had a suggestion from, a lot of you seem to have liked the cufflinks. By the way, have a look at the cufflink video and you might win a free pair of cufflinks. But a lot of you made some really interesting comments. Great to see, absolutely great to see, and I've read all of them. Even if I haven't answered all of you, I have read them all, and I try and make sure I hit the like button, and then if I hit the like button, you know I've read it. But I've had an interesting email from someone, Mark Pittman. How you doing, Mark? Nice to know you're watching the vids. And he asks specifically for a 2019 pair of Kew Gardens on Cufflinks with a matching Kew Gardens type-in. What do you think of that? If I could get hold of them and I didn't owe anybody, I'd stick a 2009 pair of Kew Gardens on some Cufflinks just to see what would happen. For no other reason, just to see what would happen. You know, see if it causes controversy, see if it causes a waiting list and loads of people want to buy it. It's like, what would happen if you did that? A bit like being a kid. What will happen if I touch that electric thing that I'm not supposed to touch? Bang, ouch. Yeah, I remember me and my brother couldn't get a plug out of a wall, so he used a knife, and he just used the knife to butter his bread. And I said, use a knife. So he picked up a knife and he put the knife behind the plug to wedge it out of the wall, and as he put the knife in the plug, the butter, the metal, boom, he was okay. We were only about 6, 9, 7. Anyway, I digress. So, I don't even know why I said that now. There we are. Up to that point, I'll take a break. One thing to mention this week is the DDay and the Cook 19, both £2 coins. Both a lot of you are waiting for. Yes, they're out. Yes, they've been released. I'm just slow in getting them. There's been a bit of a hiccup with our supply personally, and we're expecting them next week or the week after. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry for the delay, but they'll be coming into us next week or the week after. So if you're waiting on those, please just don't get on John's case by email. Just hold off for a little bit, give us a week or so. You'll know when we've got them because it's one of the first things I'll say on the video. Oh, we've just got these in and we're sending them out, as I normally do. So just be patient. We have had a hiccup with the supply, but it is on its way and we should get it maybe next week or the week after. That's what we're hoping at the moment. Thanks. Just to reiterate something, don't forget that with your points now, because of the adjustments that we've made, because the VAT for us is going to go down, so we've given you that 10%, but we've given you 10% of the money that we're saving back. So that's why you get 11 points per pound, which is 11% back. And then if you pay us by bank transfer, you get another 9%. So if you buy something, no matter what it is, and you pay us by bank transfer, you're getting 20 times the points. Now remember, you don't get points when you use a voucher. So use a voucher, and you don't get points for that because you're already using points in that voucher, as it were. But you do get points on a cash spend. So if you can be bothered to add us to your bank account, and here's the thing, once you've added us to your bank account and made the first payment, you ain't got to bother doing it again. You just log into your bank and choose us as the payee and send the amount of money that you need to send. Easy peasy. It doesn't cost us 9%. We give you 9%. It doesn't cost us 9%. It probably costs us about 4 or 5%, somewhere around the 5% mark. But we're giving it back to you in points, and we're giving you a little bit extra, you know, as it were. So it benefits you, benefits us. We don't have to pay them their commission. And the other benefit to us is we have money in the account immediately. If you send us money today, we've got it in the bank account immediately. We can use it. Whereas, you know, with WellPay, which I like WellPay, I'm not disappointed we added them to the site. I'm really pleased we added them to the site, but they only pay out a couple of days a week, and that can be problematic, you know. So having regular monies coming in through the bank account actually helps us out. And now we have a process where we can actually monitor that, check it, and add the points. So you get 11 times the points when you make a spend, and then if you pay by bank account, you get another 9 times the points added manually. We do that manually, that's not automatic. The first 11 times the points, that's automatic on the production of the sale, but the 9%, the 9 times the points, that comes from us direct. So if you pay us by bank account, you actually get 20 times the points back, which is great. It's fantastic, because then you can, in your own mind, you know that you're getting 20% off. So we sell something for 20 quid, you're actually getting 4 quid back. It's costing you 16 quid, and there's free postage. So you need to factor all that in when you're looking at the pricing system, etc. So I hope all that's self-explanatory. And of course, on the investments, I mean, it's an absolute boom. And watch the investment video anyway, I won't go into that now. So that sort of explains that a little bit more. There are more videos explaining that in more detail, but that's the gist of it. You get 20% back if you pay by bank transfer. I reckon it's worth doing. A couple of people have asked me about the Peter Pan 50p's. Are we going to be selling them? No, we're not. Can't get them cheap enough. And about the competition and when we're getting them, etc. We're supposed to be getting them within the next couple of weeks. I've got absolutely nothing to do with the competition that's on Facebook. Morag is handling that. There is a link in the newsletter for you to enter that competition to take you straight to the page, and with any luck, straight to the post. But you've got to go onto that post that Morag is doing, leave comment where she's doing it, and share and so on, and to be entered into that competition. I've got absolutely nothing to do with that. None of us have here. And when Morag comes and tells us who the winner is, that's when we'll have some input and we'll be posting it. So it's Morag you need to see, speak to, or make comments to, or interact with on Facebook. Okay? Do you remember when I come back off my holiday? I went away on holiday to Scotland a couple of weeks ago. I had, when I went away, I had 22 fish. just thought I'd mention this at the end of the video. I had 22 fish when I went away on holiday, and as some of you know, those fish in that pond has helped me get through quite a bit over the last year or so. And when we came back off holiday, we had 20 of them gone. Seagulls come in, the water went down too low, and he came in and had a feast. So we lost 20 fish. Had to go out and replace a few. So I was a bit gutted about that, because they got me through a lot, they did, and I was, you know, I love my fish. Love seeing them and stuff. Like I say, it helped me a lot. So it was a shame. But there you go. These things happen, don't they? Right, that's it. I don't think there's any more to tell you. I think I've done a half-hour video now, and I hope I've not sent anybody to sleep. The voucher code I'm giving you this week is the one that I gave out for the free go in the raffle. So that's raffle 1. Thanks very much. Leave the comments coming in. Keep buying, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.